Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, on today's episode of Bullet Points, we have got to go into another opinion piece, this one out of Los Angeles. Again, a lot of things have been coming out of California on the gun control front in the opinion pieces. But the reason that we hit these opinion pieces is because it is the halls of the left. It is their home ground. They circulate gun control ideas, they draw invisible conclusions between things, and that's why we're hitting it right now. The link is in the description box below, and you guys need to be aware of what and how they're doing this so we can get in front of what they're doing. We're going to pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. The way to do it is to see what they're doing and react. And that's why we founded the Second Press. A link is in the description box below if you want to find out more. But now, the article's down there. Let's dive into this because this is crucial. This is like Don Quixote, man. Every single windmill is a dragon to these people, only the dragon, of course, being gun control. But I digress. Let's dive in because they're trying to tie an active assault to over-policing to gun control. This is this is like tied together with fishing line. Anyway, here we go. Op-ed. The link between under-regulated firearms and an LAPD bullet killing a teen in a fitting room. Now, what they're talking about is an innocent civilian that was hit by a bullet that was intended for an assaulting suspect. Okay, this person was creating crime. In the commission of this crime, he was shot. One of the bullets missed or ricocheted and hit the girl in the dressing room, which the officer could not see. A horrible tragedy, and my heart does go out to that family. But this tragedy does not justify what this author is doing. In fact, it's kind of gross and disgusting how this author is manipulating that girl's life. Anyway, let's dive in. I'm not trying to get too spicy on that. The split-second decisions of LAPD officers that led to the shooting deaths of an assault suspect and a 14-year-old girl in a dressing room at a Burlington store in North Hollywood were decades in the making. Okay. Their deaths are the bloody price of prioritizing policing over legislation to fight gun violence epidemic unparalleled in the developed world. Okay, so right there, I'm waiting for the tie-in. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he's basically referenced back 10 to 20 years. Where's the tie-in here? Just wait. Here we go. And this is how thin this is. On December 23rd, LAPD officers responded to reports of a man attacking customers in the store. Some calls to 911 incorrectly reported the suspect had a gun. There's the gun tie-in. Just wait what they do with this. One of the responding officers opened fire with a rifle, killing the suspect, Daniel Elena Lopez, 24. One shot pierced the wall of a dressing room and killed Valentina Orlena Peralta. The teen had been shopping with her mother, which is a nightmare scenario for that family. And like I said, that's terrible. But this author is using this one tie-in of some calls incorrectly tied a gun to the assault suspect into a gun control argument 30 years in the making. Like, wow. Cue the fishing line. But anyway, so what's happening here is this assault suspect is caught on camera actually assaulting multiple people. He threw a bike over a balcony and trying to hit people with it. He had a hammer or a bludgeoning instrument, making people bleed, dragging women through these aisles with blood. Like literally, it's on camera. Okay? This is not some suspect of alleged action. This is on camera. The police were called and they responded in force, which they should have. But listen to what this author does. The weaponry and tactics deployed in the Burlington store by the LAPD are the consequence of a government unable and unwilling to regulate an enormous supply of firearms. The suspect didn't have a firearm. What are you talking about? He was bludgeoning people. Okay, let's just keep going because the tie-in is so thin here. Cue the fishing line. In lieu of firearm regulation, police have become the default stopgap to address our deadly gun violence problem. Yeah, there's violence. The police are called. They're armed to face the equal threat, and therefore they do it. What? Of course they're going to be the stopgap, unless you want to arm civilians, and we can be the stopgap, but you don't want that either. You can see where this is going. This is going directly towards gun control. No guns exist, therefore no gun violence exists. That's not going to happen. But anyway, let's continue. This approach can be traced to February 28th of 1997 and a bank robbery in North Hollywood, 3 blocks from where Valentina would die in her mother's arms. That day, 2 bank robbers armed with automatic and semi-automatic rifles outgunned the LAPD in a 44-minute gunfight. Now they're talking about the North Hollywood. It's an infamous gunfight. But basically what they're saying is it's because of this, because the response was police are now armed heavily, and therefore, because that happened in 1997, an assault suspect who wasn't even born then, he knew this was going to happen, so therefore the police responded and they had to kill him. And when they killed him, it's because of policing that caused this girl's death from a stray ricochet. What? Okay, let's keep going. I can't make this up. And this one little piece sums up everything. And this is why I brought this to you, because this sums up everything from the left. Concealed carry, Second Amendment, everything. Listen to this. Instead of waiting for SWAT team to address an in-progress shooting, today's police officers are trained to have the first officers on scene locate and neutralize the threat as quickly as possible. They're framing that in a negative light. Of course you want to eliminate the threat. No, you wait. Just wait and let everything that's going on, let the assault keep going, let the shooting keep going. No, the SWATs aren't here, the experts aren't here, so you just wait. Do you understand that they're sacrificing the lives of those that are involved because they don't want police to act? That's what they're saying right here. Modern police forces, many equipped with rifles, therefore they're bad, operated under the assumption that seconds are the difference between life and death. Seconds are the difference between life and death. This person is clearly not connected to reality. When these tactics combine with imperfect or incorrect information, catastrophic mistakes like those made at the Burlington store are bound to occur. There were no catastrophic mistakes on the deployment of force. The catastrophic mistake was the fact that this girl happened to be in a room where the officer could not see her, and there was either a ricochet or a miss, and it struck her, which is a tragedy. I'm not minimizing that. But you cannot connect an active assault being effectively stopped by firearms to a 1997 Hollywood shooting issue, and now all of a sudden it's failure of policing. The lines are so thin, you wouldn't even walk on ice on a pond with ice this thin. But the point here is they're reaching so hard, and they're trying to frame everything from a perspective of, there's a windmill, get it, it's a dragon, that everything is gun control, and they come out looking like morons. And that's why I brought this to you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I'll see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden, signing out.